guys, my name is Mallory and I'm going to be explaining what quantum healing hypnosis therapy is. So quantum healing hypnosis therapy, or QHHT, is a unique form of hypnosis developed by the late Dolores Cannon. And Dolores Cannon was an author. She's written many books, obviously talking about this topic, and she was a hypnotist. So what makes this form of hypnosis different than regular hypnosis? There are three main differences. So number one is that it is much deeper than regular hypnosis. Number two is that we reach the somnambulistic state of trance. So what that is just a natural state of our minds that we access twice a day. So right away in the morning, when you're waking up, when you're just kind of becoming conscious of being awake, and then right as you're falling asleep at night. And you might not be aware that this is happening, but it is. And number three is we're accessing towards the very last part of the session, when you're we're accessing the subconscious part of your mind. So Dolores Cannon called it the subconscious mind because she didn't really know what else to call it, because it's kind of like mystical and just she didn't know how else to describe it. But I think a good way to explain it is that it's just the part of our minds and the part of ourselves, our true soul, that still has all the knowledge and all the answers to anything that you could think, that you could possibly wonder about your life. Or about anything really. It's our divine connection to God, and it has access to all the answers that we could possibly think of, like I said. So that's the very last part, and that is the biggest difference between a regular hypnosis and this form of hypnosis. So in this part of the mind, all of your questions will be answered and you can receive instantaneous healing. So if it's appropriate. So any type of health problem, ailment that could be wrong with you, which I'll explain a little bit later, would be healed in that part of the session. So those are the three main differences. So what is the process of this? First, if you want to if you would like to have a session with me, I would have you write down 15 to 30 questions. So these are life questions, such as, what is my purpose? What's my life purpose? That's the biggest one. Should I quit my job? Should I marry this person? Should I do this or that? Why did this horrible thing happen to me as a child? Any type of life question that you could think of. And then I would have you make an additional list of health concerns. So kind of what I was talking about just a few minutes ago. Any type of health concern that you could possibly have, any form of cancer, brain cancer, leukemia, chronic disease, chronic illness, even something as simple as teeth problems that you have, or bone problems, eczema, anything like that, STDs, I don't know, any health problem that you could possibly have, you would make an additional list for that. And then the third part of the process is the interview. So the reason that this is important is just because it's us getting to know each other. It's very important that you trust me, that you feel comfortable telling me we talk about your questions, your health problems. It's just us getting to know each other. And I kind of allot about an hour to an hour and a half just to talk, get comfortable. Tell me your story, tell me why you wanted to do this, to have this experience, things like that. And then I would start the induction, so that's just me using my sleepy time voice and putting you under. And you're under for about 2 hours. And then after I bring you out of the trance, I will debrief you, so that's just me kind of explaining how it went, were your questions answered, what kind of healing did you have, because a lot of people will have absolutely no memory of this at all, other than before they went under. But then some people are more conscious than others, and you might kind of be aware of what's going on, and just all you gotta do then is just keep answering my questions and just keep talking to me. But again, you might have no memory of talking to me at all. So what to expect from this start to finish. So the whole thing is the whole process takes 5 to 7 hours, so I would need you for an entire day. And kind of just to explain that further, the first part is the questions in the interview. So that takes about an hour to an hour and a half, and then you're under for 2 hours, and then I debrief you for, depending on how long we talked in the interview, I would debrief you for, you know, an hour and a half. So I just kind of allot 5 to 7 hours for the whole thing. You should only need one session in your entire life. You might feel a little bit groggy afterwards just because you basically took a 2-hour nap. And then after, you would receive the voice recording. So the whole session, or the whole time you're under, is voice recorded and video recorded. So the voice recording is very important just because you have to listen to that, re-listen to it for 7 days after your session, because additional healing takes place when you keep hearing it. And then I video record them just because if it was me, I'd kind of want to know that I wasn't touched, nothing weird happened, anything like that. And it's kind of just interesting to see yourself talking and maybe not having memory of it. So I provide the video for that reason too. If you are interested in booking a session with me, I do have a full-time job, so I can only do this on weekends right now, and I do not have a website yet, but I'm working on that. So I will provide my email, and you can contact me via social media, obviously, if you're interested in booking a session. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, please contact me, and I would absolutely love to help you get the answers to these questions.